Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Stubbs from The Stubbs Show of The Stubbs Show, the host. And I thank you guys for joining me for another episode on today. It's Monday, the kickoff of a new week. So I thank you for taking the time to spend some time with me. I know a couple of you guys are just getting off of work, you're at home. So every Monday at 7 p.m., when you choose to support the show, I really appreciate it. It's so much going on in this world. You guys could be doing a lot of other things. But on tonight's show, I'm going to help you to do some positive things, to be able to take your experiences, your gifts, your talents, your story, and monetize it. Many of us have been through so many trials and so many things in life, and we just, some of us are embarrassed, and sometimes we just say, oh, it's not going to be nothing. But you could be sitting on $1 million project investment, which is yourself. And that's what tonight's show is all about, teaching you how to monetize what you already have, how to use it, and how to present it to other people so that they can support you or see what services that they need. But we get ready to get this show started because I see that you guys are logging in. I see that my guests are popping up backstage. So I want to make sure that we have enough time to talk with my two special guests who have a lot of experience in monetizing and telling your story and just teaching you not to be embarrassed and how to put it out there. So I'm going to connect you with some good people. Let's go ahead and kick this show off so I can get my guest out here. Once again, right now, real quick, while we go to this intro, like and share. Then come back afterwards and comment. Bring your questions. Bring your questions. We'll present them to the table. All right, let's get ready to get this thing kicked off. All right, you guys, welcome to the Stub Show. I see you guys are in the comment section and you're saying, what's tonight's show about? You should already know if you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, but I'll let you know again for those who don't know and you're just logging on. Tonight's show is all about monetizing your experience. So there's things that you went through in life, your journey, and we want to make sure that you know how to make a piece of coin change from that. So you might be sitting on $1 million project, as I said before, or a couple of thousand. But if you don't learn what to do, or you don't put your story out there and you don't tell your experience or let people know what your expertise is and what services you can provide, you won't know. I had a friend do a video and she was singing so good. And I was like, oh my God, I need you to do an intro for the show. So hopefully I'll be working with her to do that. You have a voice. Your voice can make money for you. You have a story, a journey. But I don't want to talk anymore because I don't have the knowledge on how to do that. I'm actually going to be getting knowledge from my guests. So let me get ready to introduce my special guest, my first guest for today, which is Miss Tracy Davis. I'm sorry. Yes, Miss Tracy Davis, but Pastor Tracy Davis to you guys and me. So let me get her intro on so she can come to the stage. You guys, today was a busy day for me. So I'm a little bit thrown off. My grandchildren, I was spending some time with them, and I had my grandson graduation. Congratulations to him. He graduated from kindergarten and going to the first grade. So salute to Dayon Stubbs. That Stubbs brand, I just love it. Let's get ready to introduce my guest. Help me to welcome an incredible woman of faith, resilience, and purpose. Tracy Davis is a wife, a mother, certified life coach, 8-time award winning author, speaker, entrepreneur, and marketing strategist with a passion about helping others discover and monetize their God given gifts. After successfully running an award winning insurance agency, Tracy faced a season where she felt stuck and uncertain about her next steps. Through faith, determination, and a refusal to give up, she transformed her challenges into opportunities. Today, she empowers women through conferences, coaching, books, ministry, and business development. Known by many as Pastor Tracy and by others as Coach Tracy, she is living proof that faith, perseverance, and purpose can turn setbacks into success. Please help me to welcome Miss Davis to the Stub Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I am great. You are so radiant with that pink in the background and beautiful. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
Now, I seen that you travel and you're just out doing things. So where are you joining us from today?
I'm in the Hampton Roads area, Virginia.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Where are you originally from?
Georgia. I'm a Georgia Peach.
Okay, Georgia Peach. All right, all right. Well, thank you for joining us here in the DMV area. They don't like us to say that, but DC, Maryland, Virginia. That's right around this local area. So I thank you for joining. You ready to kick off this interview and drop some gems for the people?
Let's kick it off.
Let's get it going. I don't want to wait any longer and hold you up. So, before becoming an author, a coach, a speaker, and entrepreneur, who was Tracy Davis before Pastor Tracy Davis? Who was Tracy Davis, and what was life like for you?
Well, I'm a PK. So life for me, yeah, PK, a preacher's kid, and all of those types of things. So I've always been busy in the church, married young. So I was 21.
And so I know that story.
Yeah. So before all of those things, I was Mark's wife, right? And, so I've always served, either serving my husband, serving in the church, and very interested in entrepreneurial type of, entities and things of that nature, really, since I was a child. It's always a joke that if you pay attention to a child, what are they doing? What are they enjoying? You can probably get an indication of what they'll be when they grow up. And so when others were playing with dolls, I was playing with phones and a notepad, pretending I had a company. So just doing those types of things, act a little bit, did a few pageants, things like that. So always moving and shaking. That's what I've always done.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I always play school and store and I'm teaching. And I'm teaching and I'm communicating with people. The customer service is in me. So that's interesting that you said that if you pay attention, you'll actually see what that child is going to be. So my next question is, you mentioned going through a season of feeling stuck and depressed. What was happening in your life during that time?
Super busy, super busy. So I had a lot going on. I owned an agency, an award-winning agency with Farmers Insurance. And, we prayed to even get the opportunity. And so I felt a little guilty not appreciating it anymore. I hated it. It got to the point I was depressed. I mean, I really did not like being in those walls, the 9 to 5 or whatever. And so there was a battle going on because I'm like, you prayed for this, you invested in this, you guys agreed to do this, and now you don't want to do it. And so one of my friends said, you know what? I notice every Monday you're sad. And so your friends will see you, your loved ones will see you when you're just internalizing things. And so I remember when I said, wow, I didn't realize that, because I never want to rain on anybody's parade or be the sad person in the room or whatever. So I said, I have to fix this. And so I prayed about it. And I talked to my husband and I said, hey, if you will, somebody said, Georgia Peach, yeah, if you will allow me to sell our company, I'll find something else. I said, but I'm miserable. And I really did not know what my husband would say, because again, we'd invested a lot of money and, had these big plans of what we were planning to do with the agency. And my husband's Jamaican. And so I'd taken him out to like a park area. So in case he wanted to be loud, he could be loud.
Yeah, you had to have that plan together before that man jump out there. It's like, listen, is the money going to be right? The coins going to be right?
Exactly. So yeah, he was so supportive. He was like, if you're not happy, I'm not happy. I support you 100%. And so I sold the agency and really thought that, okay, now I'm free. I can do full-time ministry. I can be at the church every day. And I was miserable. I was just like, oh my gosh, I felt guilty about that. It's like, what do you want, Tracy? And so fast forward, because I was just in a stuck place, just really, really stuck and sad and all those types of things. And then what I did was I was watching Christian television, and
Hmm.
there was this show that popped on that I watched regularly. And this lady came on that was having a conference. And when she talked about having the conference, I felt in my spirit I needed to be there. And this was last minute. It was going to be happening like 2, 3 days. So I told my husband again, I'm like, I need to be at this conference. So I bought the ticket. We both flew out, and I went to the conference, and it was horrible for me, a horrible experience. And I was just so confused. Like, Lord, you told me to go, and it's not what I thought it would be. And so I was at church and crying out, and this was in the middle of the week. And he said, that was your Genesis 15. So I went from my stuck to my assignment. And it was just wonderful. He said, I wanted to show you marketplace ministry. And I'm paraphrasing, but basically, that lady was ministering to the masses. She was using her entrepreneurial gifts to help people from a Christian standpoint. And so the Lord had to show me that because I did not have an example. And typically, that's what he'll do. He'll show you an example, he'll show you your next. And so that got me out of my slump, got me excited because I was able to function the way he designed me.
Yeah, and that feeling of not being happy
Yeah.
and wanting to take that leap of faith,
Yeah.
but unsure, and you prayed about it, and someone presented what they say, when a student is ready, the
The
teacher will
teacher will
appear.
appear. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he appeared to show you that you can do it, and you need that example. And as I was going through some of your social media pictures and stuff, and I was like, she's really monetizing, because I see her traveling, I see her enjoying life.
Yeah.
You also are an author, and we'll get into all the great things that you do, but I like that you said that, because you had to go and see, and then just opening up about not being happy.
Yeah.
People don't want to admit that when you got to go do a 9 to 5. It's like, are you being grateful for your job? Where's the gratitude? You paying your bills, you got a roof over your head. And so many people went to college and got a degree. Do you have a degree?
I do. I do. I have an MBA in marketing.
So how did you feel about that? Like, is that why you were unhappy, because you weren't in the position that you went to school for?
Actually, I did not have my MBA at that time.
Oh,
Yeah, I did not. I had my bachelor's degree, and I had some different certifications since I was actually in the insurance field. And I thought that would be it because I wanted my own thing. And if we had more time, I'd tell you all the stuff before that. But yeah,
the Lord. Yeah.
once once the Lord made it clear to me, marketplace ministry, that's when I decided to get my MBA. That was a dream of mine. I knocked that out. And of course, I have a lot of business certifications and things like that because I always want to be top notch with whatever I do, whenever I'm helping someone, because that is my ministry, right? To make sure that I'm presenting them current events, current material. And so, yeah, that was the first thing that I did. But the guilt of not being grateful, yeah, I went through all of that because a lot of people would have loved to have owned their own agency. A
Yeah.
lot of people would have loved to say, I can go and just do full-time ministry the way I thought it was going to be, right? And so I did deal with that. But, I have clarity now, right?
Right.
Eventually, clarity came.
And bringing us clarity, because tonight's show is about how to monetize your experience. So tell us, what does that phrase actually mean to you? Because it means a broad, a list of things to other people.
Right. It basically means to me using your life as the curriculum. you
Okay.
know yeah, you're using your life as a curriculum because every experience that you've had, whether that's job, whether that's something in relationship, it has taught you something. And as a result of that, you can monetize that. I always say that any experience that you had, now I have some steps that a person would need to take to do that, but yeah, it just puts you in the position of that there is nothing wasted that you went through. Whether, again, like I said, a role, a position, a promotion, a demotion, whatever it is, you can actually monetize those things. A lot of things that we take for granted, somebody else will be like, oh my gosh, could you teach me? Could you show me? So yeah, you can monetize just about anything.
I think, as I was going through the questions and things to ask you, one of the questions that popped up is, you've been an author and you teach people how to use their experience and tell their story. A lot of people are embarrassed, to tell their past, or they start thinking about, dang, I could make a lot of money off of telling my life story, but what about my mother? What about my father? What will my sister say with me telling the family things that we went through, or my friends? What do you say to those people that's worried about the embarrassment or what other people will think?
Well, if it's that embarrassing and you feel like you'll hurt other people, you have to find another way to share. What's the reason for you sharing your story? If it's to vent, if it's to air dirty laundry, I don't always think that's a good idea. You know what I mean? But if there's some things that you learned in life, you can always lift principles out and still share your story without hurting other people. And there are definitely ways to do that. And I suggest that you don't want to suppress what you have, but at the same time, you do want to be conscious of hurting other people. That's something I went through that with a family member had talked to me about. I was like, why are you waiting on this story? This is so good. She said, there's so many people that if I put it out now would be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she found a way to get the story out, but it took her a long, long time because not only did she not want to hurt other people, she was still hurting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and telling that story was probably a healing part of her healing process.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is one experience from your life that once felt like a setback but became one of your greatest blessings?
Well, I would say there's always different setbacks, but my mindset is I'm always feeling like I'm not losing, I'm learning. And I try to keep that mindset from the standpoint of if I had to think of one, I would say I did a conference once called Push. It was based on one of my, well, I hadn't written the book at that time, but it was a conference called Push. I push women. I push you out of your comfort zone. That's what I'm known for. It's like I see something in you and I'm going to push you. And so I did the conference, and at the end, I just felt defeated. I felt like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And so I just kept consulting God or whatever. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a cyber conference. I'm going to continue this. And so I invited 3 other ladies. I wasn't confident enough to do it by myself. And so I invited some other ladies to do cyber at that time. When I think about it, nobody was really doing that. But I think we hopped on. Oh my gosh, it wasn't Zoom. It must have been like, I don't know what was Google Meet or something. Yeah, it was Google Meet. How long ago was that, right? And we hopped on and got
Yeah,
a
a
chance
while
to
ago.
yeah, it was a while ago. That's what we did. And still, I didn't feel fulfilled. We did it for 4 weeks. And I said, God, there's still something there. So I felt like I didn't feel like I had moved forward. And so, just to fast forward in the story, I ended up writing a book. And so that defeat that I was feeling, that inadequacy, that imposter syndrome, or whatever it was that I was going through, when I wrote the book and I allowed the Lord to speak through me, that setback, if you will, turned out to be a blessing, not just to the people that had come to the conference or saw the cyber conference, but the people, whoever, wanted to buy it or whatever. Then I felt like, okay, this setback, this defeat that I was feeling has now become a blessing.
That's good. That's good. Shout out to Kina Williams 6407. She says they love your response, love that response. And then we have at Masego giving you your crowns. Yes, we're getting ready to take a quick break, you guys, here on the Stub Show. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking to my special guest more about her book and also the services that she can provide to assist you, because you need to jump out there. Listen, if it's family, friends, or other things that's stopping you, you need to inbox and connect with her and allow her to assist you with working around that so you could produce that book. A lot of you guys are unhappy with that 9 to 5 or that 5 to 10, whatever that job is. You're unhappy with going to work every day and you're sick of it. So in order to fix that and become your own boss in your own company, your own brand, whatever it may be, you need to connect with her. So when we come back, we're going to get you all the information that you need to connect with Pastor Tracy Davis. And don't be afraid, because I know some of y'all probably hear the word pastor and say, oh, she can't assist me, or I don't want to tell her my story. It's too much. Nothing is too much. And pastors know more than you think they do. So let's get ready to take this break. We'll be right back. Remember, like, share, and comment.
Ready, Temple Hill, Maryland, for the 81st anniversary of the Highway QC. Saturday, July 11th at 3 p.m. Doors open at 2. Featuring Doc McKenzie and the Highlights, the Swanee Quintet, Sent by God, the McDuffies, Lil David and the Bells of Joy, DJ Allen and Righteous, the Heavenly Sons, the Soul Messengers, the Jones Singers, the Glory Group, the Singing Angels, Bishop J. Spurlock and TNAD. Lil Sammy and the New Flying Clouds. And Tony's Magnificent Voices, hosted by Gwen Sims and Eric Bossman Graham. This event will be held at the Southern Friendship Baptist Church, 4444 Branch Avenue, Temple Hill, Maryland. Tickets are $40 in advance, $50 at the door, $60 for VIP. Food by Flavors. For more information, contact Lynn Taylor at 202-487-6440. Bossman at 202-999-9488. Jerome Monk at 301-751-2787. Or Geraldine Campbell Mays at 240-579-6448. That's the Highway QC's 81st anniversary. You don't want to miss it.
Sponsorship by Boot Heels.
Is it time to get your fluffy, scruffy pet's hair done? Look no further. Pooch Styles Pet Grooming, in operation for 14 years in the Forestville, Maryland area, is ready to serve you. Give us a call at 301-456-7081. 301-456-7081. We're looking forward to servicing you and your furry loved one.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the Stub Show. Shout out to the Highway OCs. I got the flyer right there behind me. I will definitely be at that concert. You guys make sure you call one of those numbers. They gave you about 4 or 5. So y'all call one of those numbers to get your ticket, or connect with me and I'll shoot you over to the right person. But you guys, I'll be there at the concert. I was one of the concerts where they performed at yesterday, and it was amazing. Shout out to the Gospel Singers of Washington, D.C. I had a good time. That was that down home Southern. You couldn't sit down. You had to participate, the type that your grandmother took you to back in the day. So I really enjoyed myself and had a good time. And it's the quartet. So it's all those good gospel singers from back in the days that praise and worship, that ushers the spirit in on you. And you're like, I'm getting saved. They call you to the front, your feet walking, and you didn't even know it. I had a good time. But we can bring my special guest back to the stage because we have our other guests entering. So I want to make sure I get the questions in and the things that you need to hear from her, and make sure you connect with her for sure. All right. Welcome back, Pastor Tracy Davis, to the stage. Now, before I get into my next question, let the people know how they connect with you and where they can purchase your books at.
MySuccessZone.com is the best way. That's kind of like the hub. So I think going there, my books are there. I would say 21 Days of Consecration is a good one. You're looking for a marriage book, Make It Last Forever is amazing. Push Points, if you need a coach in your pocket telling you how to live life. And so several resources on there. So I would just say go to MySuccessZone.com and check out what I have. I do have some other services that I provide, depending if a person needs coaching, help with social media, etc. But it's all on the site.
I might need to come on through myself because Stubbs is trying to monetize in the best ways possible. But we'll talk about that later. Let's get into our next question. So you eventually created a marketing company to help women grow their businesses. What are the biggest marketing mistakes that you see women making today?
I would say talking to everyone is the biggest thing.
Elaborate.
From a standpoint, if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. You have to know exactly who it is that you're speaking to. So for an example, when I'm talking to as far as my marriage book, it's a different audience for each book that I have, right? Or a different product. So you have to, I've seen some people, if they have a weight loss product, for an example, and they'll say, oh, everybody can use this. And in real life, everybody can, but you can't talk to everybody. You have to have that I'm talking to Joanne, who's between 25 and 35, she had a baby, she's trying to get rid of the pooch. You have to know who you're talking to in your marketing. So if you are just putting it out there saying people will find it, that's why you're not succeeding, because you don't know who you're talking to. And if you don't know who you're talking to, they don't know you're talking to them. So I would say that's the biggest mistake. And then the second one, if I could elaborate, is consistency. You know what I mean? It's like, a lot of times we're waiting for something to happen and we don't see the data. And it's like, oh, I've been posting and nobody's liking or nobody's sharing or whatever. And you stop. You were digging You were digging and making some progress, but you quit. And every time you quit, you have to start over. Right. And so I would say those are the two main things. You got to know who you're talking to, and you have to keep talking to them, because, stats show that people have to have at least 7 touches, meaning they need to see you at least 7 times to see if they even like you, right? To check you out. So if you're on Instagram, for an example, use all of the resources that they have. Use the reels, use the carousels, use the stories. You're giving them an opportunity to see you. So anyway, I'm talking too much. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I see the people commenting. They said Angela said good point. I wanted to put that up. Vicky Smith says interesting to hear the process. So yeah, you guys make sure you connect with her. We got a couple of people on. Here's another comment I'll bring up from Movie Scene with Jasmine 2049. This is so good. Thank you. Thank you guys for the support. Let me get into another question because I want to make sure you guys get what you need to get. You need this meat right here. So what would you suggest that every entrepreneur be doing right now to increase their visibility?
To increase their visibility, I would say be specific and be consistent. And so when I say be specific, you are, instead of a person just being motivational and putting quotes out, you're going to get some likes. But if you want to be seen and be visible so that people know you, you need to make sure that you're teaching or sharing something specific to you. Right. So I would say that, doing how-tos, how I was able to do this in 3 days, how I lost weight in 30 days, how I created a book in 6 weeks, etc. You're showing people some how-tos, right? They can buy the how, but you can show how you did it. Right. So I would say that everyone that is trying to do something right now, you have to be visible. Choose a platform. Get on that platform and stay on the platform to get the results that you desire and deserve. And again, making sure you narrow down who it is that you're talking to and talk to them. When I'm talking to, right now, I have a particular project I'm working on. I know I'm talking to Sandra. I know what keeps her up at night. I know how she feels about her husband, right? I know how she feels, so I talk to her. Now, anybody else that's eavesdropping, that's cool, but I know I'm talking to Sandra. So I would say find out who you're talking to, get on that platform, and be consistent.
I love that you brought that up because a lot of times that has happened in my past where it's like, well, 3 people liked it or 4 people. And a lot of times until you start monetizing on social media or get into that back office, you won't see that you might got 3 likes and 1 comment, but you got 1,000 views. So people have come through. And as they keep seeing, like you said, the consistency, it grows. But many times, like with the other story you mentioned, they haven't healed yet. So that hurts them even more. Like these people don't like me, or the mind starts talking negatively to them because you know that mind will get you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why you do have to understand that business is not emotional. Take the emotions out and look at the data. And if something that you're doing consistently is not working, you do not give up, you simply pivot. So take the emotions out. That's the part that I can say that because I've been there. Well, I'm just like, I give up, it's not working. No, look at the data. Did they respond more when you did a reel or a carousel? If they didn't respond at all, stop doing carousels and do more reels. You know what I mean? Don't be emotional. If this is something that you want, you have to act like you want it and get in there, because the people that win are the people that decided I'm winning, come hell, high water, low water, no water.
Come on now, come on through. You done revved it up towards the end on this guy. It's like, listen, hell or high water, you got to go through it and get through to the other side. And I love what you're saying about just keep posting. Stop worrying about the people, and get out your emotions. And our emotions as women get us every time. So my next question is, how do you balance faith and business without compromising either one?
That used to be a challenge for me to figure out who can I be Coach Tracy? Can I be Pastor Tracy? I'm just Tracy. And so I think it was stressing me out trying to be these different people to different people. I'm just me. And what I do is, again, making sure that I am able to pivot to meet the needs as people share what their needs are, what their questions are, their concerns are, and I'm able to pivot. Because if the Lord didn't want me to have all these gifts and talents and the anointing, he would not have given it to me. So I'm not suppressing it. I'm exploding with it. And so that's what I'm encouraging. And that's why I love this season that I'm helping women to go into this radiant season. You need to radiate. You need to beam. You need to be the light that people are looking for, as opposed to, I can't be too much. I'm going to be too much. I'm going to be too much because people need the too much. I'm going to be all those things that I need to be. Balance it. Yeah, there have been some years where I was out of balance, trying to be wife, trying to be mom of 3, trying to run a business and trying to be in ministry. That was tough, right? Tough mentally. But what I have learned is this: when I am who I need to be in that moment, and I just shift and I just pivot, and it takes that stress away.
That's it. I got to get a bell. I got to get something on here. Would you say you gonna walk in a room and act like you were meant to be there? You
Period.
know?
They were waiting on me.
Yeah, they will wait that part. Go in there with the confidence, and whoever don't like it is their problem, and it's not maybe their season. It's yours, and you got to go grab it. I
Exactly.
see you. I don't even know what your name is. I can't translate it right now, so because I can't, I don't want to post it up because I don't know what you could possibly be saying. So put it in some English or break it down, translate it for me, and I'll put it up. Movie scene said, "If you can't take my light, let's put it up there. If you can't take my light, grab some sunglasses." Grab them glasses, put them shades on, act like Stevie Wonder out here if you want to. No,
Exactly.
do what you got to do. Oh, this is amazing. This has been great. I have one final question for you before we go to break so I can bring my next guest on. If someone wants to start monetizing, first of all, hold on. Are there any services that you provide that we didn't mention today? We mentioned author, we mentioned coach, we mentioned pastor.
That's fine. I think that's enough because, again, all encompassing. If they go to the website, mysuccesszone.com, they'll see the other services that I offer. And we have it categorized according to what a person would need from speaking. If someone needs to book me for speaking, all of that information is there.
Okay. So our final question for tonight is if someone wants to start monetizing their experiences within the next 30 days, what are the first three steps that you would suggest that they take?
Step one, hire me. I can help you get there.
There you go. I'll take you there.
But what I always tell when I'm meeting with someone, you have to do a gift assessment. Go ahead and write those things down. What are you good at? What do you do on your job right now? What do you enjoy? Looking at hobbies and things like that, right? I always say you want to start there. Then you also want to look at what types of questions do people come to you with. That's just so easy for you. It's like, wait a minute. They always ask me about recipes. They always ask me how I get my baby to sleep at night. They ask me how I keep my stomach so flat. You start to look at those types of things, write those things down, and then put them in, like, even if old school, on some paper or whatever, or if you're on your phone. And then you need to do the research. The biggest mistake that I see is it's like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to do it. And then you get disappointed when something doesn't happen with it. After you've done those assessments, go ahead and do the research and see if there's any demand for it. Okay. And all of this is within that 30-day period, of course. And you can do it very, very quickly because we have AI and all of that. But do the research. See if the data backs that there's a demand for it. Okay. And then you can put together something simple to see who, in what form would they want it. Are you going to do a PDF? Are you going to do a mini course of some sort? There are all types of things that you can create very, very quickly within a 30-day period to test the market, to test price points, et cetera. And so that's where I would start. If you're not hiring me, right, I would start with a gift assessment, job related, all those types of things. And then I would also say, make sure, do the research. Make sure that your idea is validated.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna have to bring you back on to talk more about the marriage thing. They love those marriage shows, they love those because everybody want to get married. And I thank you for joining us tonight because they love the information that you were giving out and the gems that you dropped. And one person said, "Thank you so much for your transparency." That's one thing that we love to have here on the Stub Show because a lot of times people, like you said, want to connect. And if they don't feel like they could connect with you, they're not going to support you and they're not going to be there. So I thank you for that and being fearless and coming on and just being Tracy Davis. I was a little nervous when I seen pass. I said, now, hold on now. What? Let me make sure then I said, you know what? We're going to let it flow. And I went to your page and started watching. I was like, I just love her energy. So you guys make sure you go to mysuccesszone.com so that you can hire Miss Davis, Pastor Tracy, whatever, Coach Tracy, whatever you want it to be for you. So you can hire her to assist you to monetize your experiences, get that story out, whatever it may be. Connect with her. I thank you so much for joining. I'm getting ready to take a quick break so I can bring my next guest on. You keep radiating all that beautiful pink light, and I'll chat with you later.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Thank you. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that because I know I did. I was taking mental notes, but see, I'm gonna go back and watch it and write down my notes because she was saying some things about consistency and continuing to post and not worrying about people and remove your emotions. baby, my emotions be trying to step up in there on there. They be tapping me on my shoulder saying, hey, Stubbs, hey, I'm right here. And I be saying, get off my back. So don't allow your emotions to mess up your business, because it will. We get ready to take another quick break, and then we're bringing my next guest to the show right after this commercial. So you don't want to go anywhere, because we're helping you to monetize your experience. And I know that you want to make that money and get about that 9 to 5 that you hate. I'll be right back.
Hello, this is Angel Y, owner of Home Helpers of Waldorf, Maryland. Are you in the Southern Maryland region and in need of non medical in home care? Well, maybe we can assist you. Some of the services that we provide are assisting with bathing, medication reminders, companion care, and so much more. Check out our website to see all the wonderful ways that we can assist you at www.homehelpershomecareofwaldorfmaryland.com. We also are providers for our veterans. I look forward to hearing from you.
Hello, this is PW Wedding Officiant. Let's make it official. Contact us today. Today. Contact us today.
All right, you guys, I'm back. I had to make it quick because I want to get my next guest on so that we can drop some more gems on you guys and make sure that you get what you need, the tips that you need to start monetizing. We don't need you going to work with an attitude. That's why some of y'all giving up this bad customer service when I be going into places. It's because you don't want to be at the job that you're at, but you're there and you're mad at other people. So I want you to not be doing that, because I don't have time for it. Now, let me see, where's my intro at? Is it not up here? Oh, no. That's okay. We're going to take another break, and I'm going to get it right on up here, because I know it is here. What is going on today? All right, you guys, we'll be right back here on the Stubbs Show. Don't go anywhere.
Get ready, Temple Hill, Maryland, for the 81st anniversary of the Highway QC. Saturday, July 11th at 3 p.m. Doors open at 2. Featuring Doc McKenzie and the Highlights, the Swanee Quintet, Sent by God, the McDuffies, Lil David and the Bells of Joy, DJ Allen and Righteous, the Heavenly Sons, the Soul Messengers, the Jones Singers, the Glory Group, the Singing Angels, Bishop J. Spurlock and TNAD, Lil Sammy and the New Flying Clouds, and Tony's Magnificent Voices, hosted by Gwen Sims and Eric Bossman Graham. This event will be held at the Southern Friendship Baptist Church, 4444 Branch Avenue, Temple Hill, Maryland. Tickets are $40 in advance, $50 at the door, $60 for VIP. Food by Flavors. For more information, contact Lynn Taylor at 202-487-6440. Bossman at 202-999-9488.
All right, guys, we're back. Make sure you connect with them so that you can get your tickets. As I said once before, I will definitely be there, and I will look for and love to see you there as well. Let's get ready to introduce my next guest to the show. I may go ahead and run it a little bit longer if you guys stay on, because I want to make sure I get you the gems that you need. Let's get ready to bring her to the stage. It is not opening for some reason. I don't know what is going on with this file, but you know what? I'm going to bring her to the stage on my own. Let me go ahead and do the intro on my own and let you guys welcome Dr. Denise Nicholson to the show. Let me bring this in. I'm sorry, you guys, especially to my guests who this is doing this to. So I will bring this on. But as Dr. Cam Knight said, when you're going towards success, things happen. And when you're live, you can't stop. You just have to keep going and make it do what it do. So let me get ready to do the intro. What Dr. Denise Nicholson, a brand business and organization is Bold Publishing LLC. What viewers can expect from this interview on today is the inspiring interview and to discover how Dr. Denise Nicholson transformed her lives and challenges into opportunities and success. As a TEDx speaker, Amazon #1 bestselling author, entrepreneur, and founder of Bold Publishing Company, she shares powerful lessons on resilience, storytelling, authorship, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. Audiences can expect practical insights on turning a book idea into a published work, building a profitable brand, and using their experiences to create impact and purpose. This conversation is designed to motivate aspiring authors, entrepreneurs, and anyone seeking the courage to pursue their dreams despite life's obstacles. Let's get ready to welcome my special guest to the stage. I do apologize for that, Dr. Nicholson, but let's bring you on, and here you go. How you doing today? Both my guests are wearing pink or have the pink in the background or something. How are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for inviting me. I already was listening in and I'm enjoying your show. What a remarkable show you have here.
Now I hear an accent. Tell us where you're
I'm
from.
Jamaican.
Okay, Jamaica's in the house. Did you hear the guest say that her husband's from Jamaica?
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
her husband is from Jamaica, and now we have you in Helen and from Jamaica. Where are you joining us from on today, though?
Today I'm in New York where the
New
Knicks
York
are the
City. Did you watch
winners.
the game? I don't want to
Yes,
talk too much
ma'am.
about that. People mad
Yes.
about it.
Don't be mad, be glad for us because we have waited a long time, almost 30 years, 27 years. So we deserve this win.
Yeah, I don't really watch the game, but I was out and people were watching the game and they were so loud and screaming. And then I seen all the virtual posts and I said, I'm not jumping in that. I'm not even going get into that. So you ready to kick off your interview?
Absolutely.
Okay, so our previous guest, Pastor Coach Tracy, just shared how her experiences can become income producing opportunities. Now we have you on, and you've helped over 100 authors turn their stories into books and businesses. Why do you believe that so many people underestimate the power of their story?
Oh boy. So I believe that, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate any moment, any time I get to share my story and just to encourage others to share their story and stand on their story with confidence.
You're
I
welcome.
believe the reason why people underestimate their stories because you hear it all the time. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your story. When in fact, your story makes a big difference to the person who is going to change their life. And you don't know who that person will be. You just know that your job is to share the story, share the lessons that you've learned from your story. And in doing so, you will impact someone enough to find hope. And that hope will get them out of the situation that they're in, even if it's just to make a step forward. Your story is incredibly powerful.
I believe so. But like I said previously, a lot of people are embarrassed or they don't want to involve other people or have other people think and say, hey, is she talking about me? Or get mad and file a lawsuit. So many things can happen, but you're right. It's the stories and experiences of others past that they share with through transparency that hits us in a place to say, now I can change, or I see that, I'm not alone. So you were born in Jamaica and later moved to the United States. How did those early experiences shape the woman that you are today?
Oh my goodness. The I was raised by my grandmother and my great grandmother because my mother left Jamaica to come to the United States for better opportunity. Now, you may have heard that opportunity don't just happen. You have to create them. And I believe my mother created the opportunity not just for herself, but for her children. She left us there with her parents. She left us with, our father. Our father died 6 weeks after our mother left Jamaica. And so that began for me a period where I was going from home to home. Here they call it foster home, but back there it was going from different family members' home. So it was no foster home; it was different family members' home. But when it's akin to foster life, because you were going into different family members' home, and by the time I was 6 years old, I'd lived in 6 different homes.
Mm.
What I learned was that I needed to watch my voice. I didn't, nobody said that, but I felt like I needed to watch what I say and be mindful of my environment, be seen but not heard. So what I learned was to keep my voice and my perspectives, my opinions, what I thought about to myself.
Mm.
Nobody told me that, but that's the message that I got because I was in other people's homes so constantly. So, how did that shape my life? By the time I got to become a teenager, I noticed that even though I would stand up for myself, there was a limit to how far I would go, how much I would say. I felt like my voice always had some kind of anchor to hold me back.
Mm.
And so that's how it shaped me. But then it also shaped the person who I became because while I was raised, I learned that my story was important. My voice, even though I was afraid to speak up, I learned that what I had to say was important because I had a third grade teacher who celebrated my writing. She taught us how to write. We were learning to write compositions. They call them essays here. And we were learning to write our essays. And during that time, when you wrote your essay, she would send them to the children's newspaper. Jamaica had a children's newspaper at the time called The Children's Own. And she sent my essays, compositions to the newspaper and they published it. And then when they published it in the newspaper, my teacher took me to different classrooms and just celebrated. She said, "Look at Denise's work. Look how amazing she is. Read it to the class." And everyone celebrated. She took me from class to class. So I learned that even though I was cautious in different areas where I happened to be, in the homes that I was, I also learned that what I was saying, what I was writing, there was value to that. And it shaped who I became. I loved writing and I enjoyed it. And it encouraged me to read more and to write more. And today I became an author because of Mrs. Atterbury's encouragement and celebration of my writing.
Best-selling author at that. He's a
Thank you very
best-selling.
much.
Let's add best on it, okay? Best-selling author, not just a regular author, best-selling author.
Thank you.
The guest before you mentioned about how when we're younger as children, we are doing the things that we will become in the future. And now you are an author. Another point that you brought up was you moved a lot of times and you picked up a lot of experiences, and nobody had to tell you, not to speak much and how to present yourself. You just watched and it kind of made you close in. But then those experiences you eventually took with you and was able to share. And throughout life, you became a teenage mother and faced significant challenges. What would you say were some or one of the biggest obstacles you had to overcome?
One of the biggest obstacles that I had to overcome was mindset. The way we speak to ourselves is so important, and you become what you say. You become what you say because you're not even aware that you believe the words that are coming out of your mind. So the biggest thing I had to overcome was just mindset. reminded myself that I was getting better every day the despite the mistakes that I made. And I wanted to not say the word mistake because my son is one of the biggest joys of my life. But
Yeah.
yet, when I was 16 years old, I felt ashamed that
Hmm.
I was a teenage mother. But that is one of the best things that have ever happened to me. And I'm not glorifying teenage motherhood, not telling anybody to go out there and do it because it was very hard. But one of my biggest problems was just getting out of my head and not embracing that I had made a mistake and not staying stuck that I had made a mistake. I had to let myself feel good about, yes, you did something that you're not supposed to, you're not supposed to become a teenage mother, but you can always become better. Continue to get an education. And I kept telling myself that I'm going to finish high school no matter what. And I did. And then after high school, I'm going to get an education no matter what. So I am a doctor of nursing practice today, but I wasn't always a doctor of nursing practice. Of course, after leaving high school, I went on to hairdressing school. I went to beauty school. And then after beauty school, eventually I owned my own salon and I did that for 23 years. During that time, though, I had decided that I wanted to get my education because I've learned over time that education was the key to success. Education was the great equalizer. And because I started to see that people who got their education had a leg up, were crossing over into wealth, I decided that I wanted wealth and I wanted an education. So I went back to school. I went to nursing school and became a registered nurse. Eventually, God led me to do a doctoral program and I became a doctor of nursing practice. But I became a doctor of nursing practice because I made the first step, which was just say yes to myself, go and get your education.
That's good, and I understood exactly what you were saying about mistake. It wasn't that your child was a mistake; it's just that other people look at it as a mistake or a teen. I was a teenage mom, and some
Okay.
people frown upon it, or they look at it as though, oh, well, you did this, you did that, and you do sometimes feel ashamed in your community, but then you learn to just keep it evolving and moving forward, and then you be so thankful that you are a mother when you get older because so many people don't have that opportunity. So if what was once a mistake turns into a blessing, even if you only have one son.
I have two sons and a daughter.
Okay, see, you had more. So I know people that were a teenage mom and they didn't have any more children because of certain things, and then they wanted to press on in life, and then they regretted not having more. So you like you said, our experiences form us and make us who we are. So my next question, you often teach that everyone has a story worth sharing. Why is a book one of the most powerful ways to monetize your experiences?
First of all, a book shows that you have authority. That has not gone anywhere. And so, just by having a book, you've established that you know more about this thing than other people. And James Clear, he exemplified this very much. James Clear is the author of Atomic Habits. And when he wrote that book, he had to do some research. He had to do a lot of research to write this book about habits. And while he was writing this book and doing his research, he was looking into people that he had admired for years. By the time James Clear published his book and it became well renowned, it was well accepted and well received around the world. By the time people started to know about this book and celebrate it and to spread the knowledge, people were coming to him as the authority. Even the people, the experts that he had researched, started to come to him when they had questions about habits. So when you write a book, you are establishing that you are the authority. Secondly, when you write a book, you are giving yourself more opportunity to get a better income. And one of the ways you get a better income or more income is for you to become a speaker. People who have published books get paid almost twice as much as the speakers that do not have a published book. And so you become a speaker, you're opening the door for more opportunities. You're also, when you have a published book, you're opening the opportunities for you to be able to get deals with other countries. I take my authors to travel to different countries to be speakers. For example, they did a TEDx talk in South Africa, and then we went to Zimbabwe because it was so close. We went to Zimbabwe to the Victoria Falls. But as a speaker, as an author, you get all these different opportunities. And I can't stress it enough how just writing your book opens up the many, many floodgates of doors for you. So yes, you become a speaker. Yes, you show yourself as the authority, but you also increase your income potential when you become an author.
I like that. Before we go to break, tell us really quick, how can they connect with that wonderful label, your wonderful logo in the back? I'm pointing like it's in the back of me. Your logo in the back, Bold Publishing. Let the people know how can they connect with you.
So boldpublishings.com, if you are interested in writing your book and publishing it and becoming a bestseller and standing on your story, getting on stages. We have an authors conference every year where we invite authors to come to New York, stand on the stage and show what you're worth and show what you've got. Okay. So if you want to write your book and publish it, you can go to boldpublishings.com, or you can just send us an email at info@boldpublishings.com. You can also follow me on social media.
Now, let me ask you, is that with the S or publishing without the S?
Boldpublishings with the S.com.
Okay, we're going to take this one off so that we can bring it back on. Remember, that's with the S. I thank you for that. We're getting ready to take a quick break, you guys. And when I come back with my special guest, Dr. Nicholson, I'm going to be talking to her about some of the first mistakes that authors make, and also what advice would she have, the things that you should do first when you jump out there and take that leap of faith. Today, I thank you guys. I thank you for your comments and your questions. If you have any, please put them in. But I thank you for your comments and joining us. This is a great show because what I'm hearing from so far is consistency. Remove my emotions and get visible. We're going to talk more about visibility with my special guest when we come right back. And I believe I have that intro. So you guys stay tuned. I might reintroduce her again. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is, okay, that's not for that. All right, you guys, let's get ready to take a break.
Hello, this is Angel Y, owner of Home Helpers of Waldorf, Maryland. Are you in the Southern Maryland region and in need of non-medical in-home care? Well, maybe we can assist you. Some of the services that we provide are assisting with bathing, medication reminders, companion care, and so much more. Check out our website to see all the wonderful ways that we can assist you at www.homehelpershomecareofwaldorfmaryland.com. We also are providers for our veterans. I look forward to hearing from you.
Meet Denise Nicholson, a woman who has turned her life experiences into a mission of helping others discover their purpose, share their stories, and build lasting legacies. Dr. Denise Nicholson is an inspirational speaker, TEDx presenter, Amazon #1 best-selling author, entrepreneur, publisher, and mentor whose powerful storytelling has impacted lives all around the world. Born in Jamaica and later moving to New York as a young teenager, Denise overcame the challenges of becoming a teenage mother through faith, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to success. Today, as the founder and CEO of Bold Publishing Company, she has helped more than 100 aspiring authors bring their stories to life while teaching them how to turn their books into profitable businesses. Her passion is empowering people to transform their experiences into messages that inspire, influence, and create income. Please help me to welcome Dr. Denise Nicholson to the Stubb Show. I had to do her due diligence, her justice, baby. I got that thing on there so you guys can hear more about it and hear it read properly because I was live reading and I make mistakes on live. I'm not perfect, so I had to do it the right way, you guys. But I'm getting ready to bring my special guest back to the stage. Today we are talking about monetizing your experience, and she's from Bold Publishing, and we've been talking about telling your story. She's focused specifically on helping you to tell that story and write that story. So I want to bring her back on so that we can continue this interview because we're a little over time, but I got about 2 to 3 more questions I want to get through to make sure you guys have the tips and advice that you have, because guess what? I'm the host, the producer, and the CEO of the Stubb Show. So I can do that. All right, you ready, Dr. Nicholson, to continue this interview?
Absolutely. It's going great. You did a really great job introducing me. Okay.
Thank you. I had to do it the right way. Listen, I couldn't have you on with someone else and do their intro and not do yours. I said, mm-mm. I know we live and we got some technical difficulties sometimes, but if I can fix it, I'm running it back while we live. So
Oh,
thank you
but
for that.
you did an awesome job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So my next question for you to answer for the viewers is, what mistakes do first-time authors make when trying to write their book?
I believe the biggest mistakes that first time authors make is not having accountability. And because they don't have the accountability, it takes them uh, sometimes 10 times longer to produce the book. When you join our writing incubator, we can help you get that book out of your head in 90 days.
Mm. So elaborate a little bit more on that.
So a lot of people
Accountability.
they try to do it for themselves
Okay.
instead of join an accountability group. When you have an accountability group, you are going to have consistency. And without consistency, you cannot complete a book because it does get hard. And life is still happening. You still have baby showers to go to, you still have weddings to go to, you still have work, you still have life to live. And when these things happen, when you get invited out and you really don't want to go because you have, to produce this book, but then again you have your family members looking at you like, I know you're not, we've been here to support you, you better show up.
Yeah, right.
So you don't know which way to go. But if you have accountability, we show you how to put your book on a schedule, your writing process on a schedule, so that you can show up for yourself and still show up for your family. And then we have these regular scheduled meetings. And in the accountability group, you're not only hearing other people read their story, but you get the opportunity to read your story. Now, if you know you're going to have to read your story when you come to these accountability meetings, then you're going to get your work done.
I agree. I agree with that accountability and everything in life, but I didn't know they had accountability partners and groups for authors, which makes sense because a lot of times you get stuck, or you're doing too much and you're like, I could just write when I want to, or it's done without rereading. So yeah, I do agree with that. And holding yourself accountable isn't easy, or allowing other people to hold you accountable isn't easy, because sometimes you feel like, well, you don't need to tell me what to do, or I think You know it's the truth, right?
That's true. But
Yeah.
one
So,
of the things,
what
go ahead.
advice would you say?
One of the things I've learned, I just read an article a year ago, and the article said that successful people join groups. And when you are in an accountability group, you have a 95% chance of reaching your goal. 95%. So yes, join an accountability group.
Get yourself in that group, you guys, and you could go on different websites from Facebook to Craigslist. I know Craigslist is old, but they still have groups and meetups or meetup.com for the
Yeah.
right purposes, to get in those groups, not for the wrong thing. So, what's one thing people are overlooking that could become an income producing asset?
From the book. So, one of the things that I must stress is when you have a book, there are several ways to monetize that message. The book, of course, is it's going to open speaking engagements for you. But then again, there's some people who purchase a book and cannot get to the result that you're talking about, especially if you have a self-help book. So what they will need is someone to walk them through to get the results. So this opens the door for you to not just have a book, but now you have a coaching program to help people get to the results. So now you have speaking engagements that you're getting at least. You can do speak for free, but you can do speak for fee. And at least if you join something like a gig salad, you can get $1,000 per speaking engagement. Now, if you only do one per week, and let's say that's ambitious, just 2 speaking engagements for the month, that's 2,000 extra dollars every single month. And out of 12 months, that's 2,000 times 12 is 24,000 extra dollars in
Yeah.
your income. Now you have the speaking engagement and then you have a coaching program. You can charge $1,000 for your coaching program if you learn how to have a coaching program over 4 to 6 weeks, and I'll teach you how to do that also. So now you can charge at least $1,000 per person
You
for
know what?
your
That's it.
coaching program.
That's all I'm going to allow you to give them, because you didn't already put it out there for them to at least chase that $1,000 once a week, once a month, or 2 times a month. But guess what? I don't want you to give them too much, because I need to send them over there to you. Now let them know how you can assist them through Bold Publishing. Let's lay that out real quick, because I don't want to end the interview without talking about all the services that you provide and how you can assist them with getting that extra $24,000 by speaking about something that you love. You can't, that's a win-win.
So I will teach you how to get an extra $500,000 a month, a year,
Excuse me.
$500,000 a year, because that one book is worth so much more. If you can sell 100 books, and I'll teach you how, 100 books every month, that's 1,200 books for the year at $25 per book. That's $30,000 for one book for the year. Then I'm going to teach you how to do the coaching program for $1,000 so that you can earn up to $10,000 a month from that one book. And we are going to do that for the entire year. I'm also going to teach you how to have a program that costs about $8,400. And we're going to do that and teach you how to make that $8,400. At least you can get one person every week signed up for that $8,400. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's not hard. It's simple once you learn how to do it. And there's so much money out there on your that we're leaving on the table. But if you don't know what's available to you, you don't know how to get it. But Let me tell you how to join the program. So if you're interested, and I want the audience, I don't want you to join my program. I want you to be able to do this, even if you never hear of me again. This is something, if you've already written a book, that you can do. You have a book already. You don't need me to show you. You may need me to show you how to develop a course and how to bring people into your course. But here's how you can start. All you have to do is think about teaching people to get the results that your book promises. And that alone will open the door for you to start making extra money. If I can do it, you can do it too. If you need help doing that, send me an email to info@boldpublishings.com, and someone will get you into my class so that I can help you and show you the strategy, and you'll get it done yourself.
Listen, I thank you for being nice, and saying, well, if they never hear from you again, they don't. I'm bringing you on the show because they need you. And
Yes.
many times what people don't realize, sometimes you just need that, confidence, that push, like you said, the accountability, you having the ability to connect them with other authors. And maybe, if your authors don't mind, maybe telling some of their story of how they were when they first came to you and where they are now. And like you
Yes.
said, you have a class. And if you're stuck, why not get with someone that Stubbs brought onto the show? Because I bring good people on the show so that you can get the help that you need. So you guys make sure you email her at info@boldpublishing.com. If it's just a question that
With
you
an
have,
S at the end, Bold Publishings.
you know what? It's this one right there,
Yes, there it
boldpublishing.com.
is.
It
Info
is
at Bold Publishing. It says
boldpublishings.com. You guys make sure you connect with her, because that's the website, boldpublishings.com. And
Yes.
if you need to email her, I just had the email up here, but she gave that information to you too. But go to her website, sign up for those classes, ask those questions, connect with other authors, and she can help you publish that book. If you already have a published book, get into the classes, do what you need to make that. How much did you say? Because I said 24,000. You came in with something else. What you say?
You can make $500,000 every year from one book.
Just one?
Just one book. That's all you need. Because you're establishing that you're the authority, and then we'll take you to building a course, building your speaking platform. Most of the authors that I have helped to publish have been on stages like TEDx stages. They have been on Quantum Weekend stages, because every year we come to New York and we have this huge stage. Les Brown was on our stage last year as a speaker. And so this is a space that is available, but if you don't know, you don't know. And visibility beats ability any day. So get your story out there from the beginning.
Yeah, I like that. Les Brown, TEDx, those are things that I want to participate in. I love Les Brown, but I also love the information that you gave out tonight. Let the people know one of your best sellers, or two or three books. But which book would you advise them to start with to help them connect with you more and have a better understanding of becoming a published author?
It depends on where you are. So one of the books that I recommend, if you are starting from the beginning and you just want to start writing, the first thing I want you to do is to read more. And I could say read Sila When Mommy Left for Foreign, because that's the book I wrote that led me to start making a lot of money, to start making me publish, a published author. And that book started my publishing business. And when you read that book, you're going to see that all it takes is some commitment to get the stories out. So read that book first. Another book that I recommend that you read as an author, a beginning author, is the this is one that I recommend to everyone. Um, it will come to me. It will come to me. But oh my
Don't
God.
worry about it. You can always go and put it in the live comments once you finish.
Yes, because this is a book that I recommend to everyone. I even have it in my book bag. So let me think about it really quickly. The oh my God, where is that? That damn book didn't come to me. Come, let me look it up. Let me look it up.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know what? Because we short on time. They can go to the website. I want to get this
The
last question.
element of styles.
The element of styles. Okay.
Element of styles. Everyone get the element of styles. Listen, I work all day, all night, so my brain is sometimes fried.
That's okay.
So,
I understand it.
the element of style. Get that book if you're interested in writing. I've had that book since I was in high school, and it helps me even today. Even if I'm going to write something and AI is correcting it, I double check with the element of style. The fourth edition. Fourth edition.
Okay, that sounds like a good book. You guys check that out. My very last question to you for tonight is: if God gave you the opportunity to speak to every person who believed their past disqualifies them from success, what would you say to them on tonight?
I would say nothing disqualifies us but ourselves. I would say if you don't believe in yourself, start working on your confidence. And how you do that is by staying true to your word, honoring what you say you're going to do. And when you start to honor what you say you're going to do, you will start to see that once you do what you say you are going to do, your body will feel trusted. Like you will start to trust yourself. So start there. Just trust yourself by doing what you say you're going to do and become amazing. Work on yourself, read, get better, get smarter, get tougher. Because when you work on yourself, you become amazing. And when you're amazing, you can't go unnoticed.
I love that. Just be amazing. Let it radiate and just let it out with no shame. Just be who
Yes.
you are. And I love what you said because once you make that decision in your mind, your body does follow. It starts to do different things. Whether that's building your confidence, whether that's just walking into the room and presenting yourself properly. When you tell yourself, "I can do it," you can do it. I thank you so much. And listen, we live. I thank you for joining us at 7 p.m. after doing all types of things throughout the day and dealing with other people, pouring out your oil into other people's cup, and sometimes not getting it refilled immediately. But you came on a Stub Show and poured out more into our audience. So I definitely thank you for that. And then you say you're from Jamaica, so I know you're a hard worker. I know
But,
you're a hard worker. You're not playing that laziness. You got to get up and work and fend for yourself and get out there and make something. So that's
absolutely.
a great example to your children, a great example to our audience, a great example to me, yourself, and to the universe. So I thank you for joining us. You continue to have a blessed day. Is there anything that you want to say before we go?
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. I really appreciate this, and I'm looking forward to coming back one day.
Yeah, I need to go to Jamaica with you.
Come on now, because we do have our retreats in Jamaica coming
Did
up.
you hear her say, "Come on now"? You heard I heard that. All right, you have a blessed evening and thank you for joining us here on the Stub Show. Oh my gosh, you guys make sure you connect with her. Let me tell you, and I say this all the time, the Stub Show was a leap and is a leap of faith. So when I'm on here live, I've had to learn to teach myself everything from the producing to the editing to the emailing to everything. And here and there, I've had people help. But I've stopped because of the hardship on me. Like, I got to do this, I got to do that. But now my children are grown and I'm like, it's time to leap deeper, to jump back out there and do it and have no excuses. But also for you guys who are single moms, younger moms, you got younger kids, you just gonna have to find a way to push yourself, whether that's putting the kids to bed early and giving yourself 30 minutes to an hour at night to build up. But keep going. Don't allow your emotions to get involved and mess things up for you. Don't allow your mind to talk you out of something because your mind will talk you out of things. You're not going crazy because you have negative thoughts. The mind is looking for anything to think about. So you have to put the right things into it and tell yourself that you can do it. I'm telling you this because I also want to be transparent. So you guys don't think that I have everything together because I don't. I'm still, learning as I go and making things do what it needs to do. So I want you guys to push on, connect with my special guest on today. I don't bring these guests on just because, I bring shows and topics on that I hear people talking about needs, things that you may be that's on your mind, or I see you commenting about, and I'm like, you know what? Let me put this out there to help that person. And look how I'm telling you, these shows be lining up. I mean, I got two guests on. One husband is from Jamaica. The second guest is from Jamaica. Okay, both women with the pink radiance coming from them on today. Look at God. All I did was just say, you know what? Oh, these two, when I read their bios, I'm like, I can put them together. And it has been times where I may have thought like, hey, did I do the wrong thing? But lately, everything been lining up because I'm in my season. So they say step in the room like you belong in there. I'm stepping right here on virtual internet because I belong right here conducting the Stub Show, a talk show, not a podcast, because we're going to elevate this thing for you guys globally. So shout out to you guys from all over. I couldn't post your comment because if it's not translated in English, I don't know what you're saying. You ain't gonna get me in trouble. You could be saying anything, and somebody said, "Oh, did you know they said this?" I'm like, I was just sharing a comment. Please try to put it in English. I'll try to learn Spanish if somebody want to teach me Spanish. I don't know that yet, but you can teach it to me. But I thank you guys. I promise you, I thank you as I watch this grow. Consistency. Because at one point I felt like, are they watching? Should I stop? And then I go back and I say, you know what they are. I hear people talking. So if you have a show topic, if you have a testimony, let me put the email address up here. It's all about testimonies. If you have a testimony to share, because I believe that it is your testimony that's going to encourage other people. If you are already a book author, if you have expertise in something, if you have music, we're looking for music to be played. I'm getting ready to play the music I played last week, the video, because that's my homie anyways, on help spread his music. And I love the video. He put hard work into it. But I want some more music. I want to share your music, no matter where you live at. Send in the music and we can get it up. I'm here to work with you so we can get to that next level together. So as I grow, we growing together because all my shows are about growing. So we getting ready to end this show. Remember, you guys, keep the comments going on the in the live comment section. And on Instagram page and on Facebook and YouTube at the Stub Show. I will continue to post about my guests and connecting with you guys. If you guys go to my storyline, I'll put that in there. Shout out to the Highway OCs. Their commercial that I was playing. Make sure you guys get your tickets because I'm going to be there. Go ahead and sign. I'm telling you, you're going to have a foot stomping Holy Ghost time. They have a good time. If you're having a community event, if you have an event coming up, if you're having a band come out, make sure you connect with me. The Stub Show, we don't discriminate as long as it's positive. Now, you can't sit nothing demonic through this show, but it don't have to be gospel. We play all types of things as long as it's inspirational, empowering, and we're supporting somebody that's of good. I can't just put anything on here. So I thank you guys. I will see you on next Monday at 7 p.m. The show is growing. So just go to Instagram or Facebook at the Stub Show because sometimes I have exclusive interviews coming up on Wednesdays. Oh, sign up for Black Business Wednesdays coming up this July, 7 p.m. Listen, I'm giving you 5 to 10 minute interviews on Black Business Wednesdays. You can have a product. I'm looking for nail techs. I'm looking for hair salons, shoe stores, gas stations, everything, suits, whatever it is that you have, and it's a Black-owned business. Join us this July, 7 p.m. You sign up, shoot us an email. Put the email up there again because we getting our Black businesses out there. Yes, we are right here on the Stub Show. I got to go, you guys. Here's my boy, the one. I almost said his government name. I every time I put it on, I'll be about to say it. But I be telling myself that's not his musical artist name is the one. I'm getting ready going up here and put it all out there. Let me see. Where did I put the Let's see. Let me get on up here. Hey, you guys, I'm looking for someone to help me while I do the show. If you want to moderate for me, all that. If you want to help with the lighting, it's a leap of faith. Come on and jump on it while it's at the bottom. Well, it ain't at the bottom. It's in the middle. While it's on the foundation. All right, you guys. Okay. I'll see you. Check the video out. Follow you. See you guys.
searching.
Yes, please, niggas. What you gotta do to make it safe? Whoa, you got me all the way messed up. Touch me in this moment.
That's how it always starts.
Why are y'all here?
Hey, we not feeling you. We need you to go back to Europe.
Europe? I'm from Africa.
Or Barbara.
Nigeria. My grandma made this shit.
Hold up. Why y'all keep talking to him and I'm sitting right here?
We're speaking to the boss.
He ain't my boss. I run this. What makes you think he the boss? Racist.
Baby, can you go get us a couple of remedies, please?
I'm not racist. Some of my best friends are white.
Name me.
Harriet, Malcolm, Martin, Frederick, Douglas, John.
The name is Jason.
Okay.
You know, who are you? Who are you? You know, I hear what y'all call each other. Shoot. Nikki, who are these people? Who's the boy with the big lips?
Why are y'all still talking to the white boy? Get him!
I'm making moves, y'all, and I ain't done. I'm on my way to the top now, 'cause I'm the one. So when you see me in your city, dog, put down the guns. I'm riding through showing love, y'all, 'cause I'm the one.
Hey yo, who's the man no MC can see? You best recognize me. Yo, who's the man no MC can touch? I'm about to raise it up. The first people that called me one, called me son. Mom hooked up with my dad, that's how it all begun. My pops raised me to be a certain way, no matter what my adversaries have to say. About that freckle-faced, big-lipped child who lacked the mad skills with the freestyles. Whose so-called friends never gave a damn or supported my vision, but here I am.
I'm making moves, y'all, and I ain't done. I'm on my way to the top now, 'cause I'm the one. So when you see me in your city, dog, put down the guns.
In your city, baby.
I'm riding through showing love, y'all, 'cause I'm the one.
I've been heavily criticized. The lies they try to use to make me feel like a fool and lose my cool and confident vibe. Can't thrive and rise in a circle where people try to hurt you. Man, that's the worst, yo. That pain nearly broke me down till I embraced it. Turned my whole life around. Now I'm swimming with the sharks, going pound for pound. Mine's unbreakable, ain't no stopping me now.
I'm making moves, y'all, and I ain't done. I'm on my way to the top now, 'cause I'm the one. So when you see me in your city, dog, put down the guns. I'm riding through showing love, y'all, 'cause I'm the one.
I'm at the steps like Neo, Morpheus, it's real. Block all shade like Cap with his shield. Don't smoke nor drink or pop any pills. CEO, I ink my own deals. I learned to cut my losses, bury the hatred in a sarcophagus. Study hard so I can run my own offices. Now I'm one, it's the boss of all bosses.
I'm making moves, y'all, and I ain't done.
All right, you guys, thank you once again. My grandchildren want to say goodbye to you guys. Wave goodbye. You can't even see your face except a little bit. It's the graduate, my firstborn and my second. I got six. All right, let's end the show.
I'm making moves, y'all,
Ooh.
and I ain't done.
Man, grandma gotta end the show.